Ladies and gents, welcome to a map we haven't done in a long time, and also settings we haven't done in a long time. Between 8 players. And this is Budapest, and this is Sudden Death. And Sudden Death, there's no kings, like we often have in community games. Instead, there are town centers, and your lives are essentially your town centers. You cannot build new town centers, and if you lose your town centers, you are defeated. So this is a straight free-for-all, and we're going to start it all off, and I expect this to be very aggressive compared to your average game with Duve. We have Duve playing as the Byzantines. Actually, a really good civ for Sudden Death because of the extra building HP. Duve playing as the Byzantines is next to Doppelganger. You're playing as the Britons. Now, 2TC starts just a nightmare as well. Like, it's really difficult to control, so I expect these guys not to chat too much. In the teal, then, we have Shelops, who's playing as the Italians. Moving along in the orange, we have Deontay for Life, playing as the Berbers. Not too far away, then, is that guy. That's right, that guy. That guy playing as the Incas. In the green, we have Varian playing as the Franks. In the yellow, we have Kirby playing as the Malians. And last but not least, in the gray, we have TomTom, not the devious wizard. It seems as though he wanted to clarify some details for us since his most recent community game appearance. It is TomTom, devious, unlicensed wizard. So he has yet to license his wizard abilities, and maybe did not want people to be, you know, assuming too much about his wizardry. Yeah, very glad he cleared that up. Very glad that a large percentage of our screen is now covered with text there. I will say this. I love TomTom. He's one of my favorite community game players in recent times. 2 weeks ago when he played, he was casting spells on people. I do worry that this particular game mode is a bit cutthroat for someone who likes to cast spells in a game with no spells. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Now hold on a second. Duve doing a little bit of Diplo because there's no actual allying here. And Duve changed chat settings and he said Deontay 1900 focused him first or we die. And 2 people agree here. Wow, interesting. Well, that is true. It's been a bit since Deontay has played in a community game. He's been around for a few years. And he is a really solid player. And I was going to get to that point. Oh, we've got... well, we've got TomTom. we have TomTom casting a spell on Doom. And he says, as his whole eco falls apart, he says, on YouTube, I cast Return Stolen Cows. So I'm not sure what that means, because it looks like these are actually... is he giving cows back to Duve, or does he want cows back from Duve? I don't know. These are still TomToms. And he hasn't brought them back. Duve is saying thank you, and seems to appreciate that comment. But yeah. You could really tell who's experienced with the 2TC start by looking at the eco count. But honestly, everyone's done a pretty good job so far. But from what I know about some of the players, you do have Deontay, who would probably be the favorite here. Varian and Duve, both pretty solid behind him. Doppelganger, I don't know too much about. And Shelops has played in a few community games here or there, but it's just the 2TC start is just a whole different skill set in general. And, you know, Deontay's like, my start has been so bad, how am I top scorer? And then Duve says, because you are quite good at the game. So, something that's fun on this map is, and actually very much worthwhile on this map, is actually fishing. Usually you're thinking just about the TCs, right? But you think about how economy works, you can only produce eco out of just 2 town centers in this mode. If you also add 2 docks, then you've got 4 economic buildings, right? So just spamming vills, spamming fishing ships to then bring in more food can be really helpful. And wow, everyone's trying that too. This is really good. I think we've got a pretty high level game here. A lot of times people are going to skip that. Varian has to be a little careful with those scouts. He's just passing. But yeah, this map all about castle drops, I would say. Look how close these TCs can be. Lots of army, lots of aggression. No real Diplo here in most cases. You do have TomTom, the devious, unlicensed wizard, walling up a little bit. And the walls will certainly be helpful. We'll see how things play out. But yeah, I wanted to mix in sudden death because I do like the game mode, and I think it just produces different types of situations, I guess, is what I'm looking for. So, Shalker says, I don't think I played this map since 2017. It's been a long time since I played this map. This does have one of my favorite sudden death memories. It was when MBL played a free-for-all on this map with, like, regular Joes. Years and years and years ago. It was one of the best finishes ever, man. And I know it's, like, old T90 crappy casting. It is also, like, old graphics and everything, but definitely worth the watch. I think it's titled, like, AWE Pros vs. Noobs or something like that. And honestly, I think it's the last time I ever saw MBL play community game settings. I remember I played a role with people begging him to play the settings, and he played it with his viewers, and then I don't know if I've seen him play it since. It's been a long time, too. When he got sniped with... Yeah, he got sniped with petards, yeah. And he's just dominating the whole game. Okay, so I'm gonna... It's been years, so I just need to explain what happened for those that missed it, and you would just have to go back and watch it. So, MBL was positioned over here. Or no, sorry. MBL was positioned kind of, let's just say where yellow's TC was. Opponent was positioned over here. Opponent had one more TC and was about to die. MBL was making crazy progress across the whole map. There's no way to stop him. This guy had transported petards here to here, made another dock, and transported around walls to here, and then came in. He double transported petards around the map to destroy the TC. It was so cool. It was so freaking cool. First to Castle Age is going to be Deontay. And I'm wondering if he's going to have military buildings. He does have a stable. So that could mean some knights. The key in this, if you ever play a 2TC start, is don't forget to produce villagers out of the other TC when you're on the way to the next stage. Very easy to like think about making vills when you're starting, right? Because it's like, okay, 2 TCs. But for whatever reason, there's this mental block where when you click feudal, you're like, okay, I'm done for now, because that's a normal game. And I mean, Deontay's been doing that, producing here. Immediately, he's going to produce knights. Oh, man, I feel so bad. I get so conflicted on these settings because it is just a rough time if you get experienced players against players who are... I mean, Red's not a bad player. Red's got solid eco. It's got 50 villagers, but getting knights in your eco is certainly going to make things horrible, so... Cutthroat settings, though. It's called sudden death for a reason. And people... do have an idea of what they're signing up for when they sign up to play. So. Okay, so Tom is going to speak to Duve. I'd like to think that Duve is going to have mercy on Tom. Asking Duve a question, maybe. Knights for Orange have not moved out just yet. Oh. Okay, so Tom says, Duve, I did lose my license after not filing the proper permits for that Eclipse spell a while back. But I would love to support you to victory. Let me be the Gandalf to your Sam. I love this guy so much. I said that it was going to be bad for him because there was no way you could find a way to do wizard stuff, but he's found a way. Duve says, I won't kill you, but I have no plan. Well, thank God you're not going to kill him because I don't know what I'd do if he were to die. Oh, God, I love TomTom. Well, that guy is certainly that guy being attacked right now. And, oh, man, what a tryhard. Listen, Red, maybe you should try to cast some spells. I hear it works. I hear you get mercy. Oh, man. Well, this is rough. Deontay wants that win. You clear out someone on the side of you, you don't ever have to worry about any headaches from that side. And actually, Teal still hasn't clicked up on the other side yet, or still isn't in Castle Age on the other side, so still pretty good situation over there. Yikes. Not much more you can say for poor Red. Up against a really high-ranked player. And this player has shown no mercy. But there should be no mercy. There's no alliances here, right? There's nothing you could really do. Except try and defeat the enemy, which is what this is. And that's happening for poor Red. Basically, this TC will go down to Knights. And this TC is going to go down to the castle. So in like a standard diplomacy game, I would suggest maybe you YOLO with your king and try and explode someone, but there's no kings here. So Deontay going to keep doing that thing. Keep making progress that way. Okay. Red has said, in my base, is trying to let the others know this is happening. The others, of course, cannot see this because there's no alliances right now. And unfortunately, we get to watch Red struggle and feel very bad for Red until Red eventually has to tap out. Not a word has been spoken from Deontay ever since mentioning the start was bad. Just pedal to the metal, going for the kills. And it feels like it is going to be one of many here if this continues. Now, I would say if the Italians can get a lot of Genoese crossbow, it could be really strong against the Berbers. But Red's going to go down. Salutes in chat, please, for Red. Red's going to be like, well, that wasn't fun. And I'm not really sure what more I can really say to you, Red. Except for the fact that you just got very unlucky here to be up against Orange. Could always suggest a wall a little bit. But there was a lot to wall. There's a lot to ask. And this is just sudden death for you. It happens. I would say the wizardry, the personality has paid off for Gray because Gray's still in Feudal Age. But remember, Duve, he was like, Orange is going to be a problem. That was very early statement from Duve that this individual is going to be the one they needed to look out for here. And so far, that has been true. Varian has a lot of knights himself right now and is the Franks. Good upgrades on those knights. Might start to make a move. Red is out. And Varian can actually see that this is where Red's TC was and that there was a castle here from Deontay. So he now should know there's no buffer of Red's existence between them now. Could start to make a move. Deontay wants to make a move here for Teal. And Teal getting a little greedy here, trying to expand for these stone walls after already placing these walls. If these walls go down, it's certainly good. But Teal, of course, he doesn't know what Deontay did. Yeah, so it's really hard to know what's coming in here. So some damage control is going to be needed because those knights are going to run right through. Yeah, so now, yeah, you kind of cut your losses. This is the right play. That's actually perfect. Yep, cut your losses. You'll lose those vills, but you don't want these knights to come into your base. And you just need to defend from this. The rest of your eco is still there, right? You still have some army behind the walls. It's actually not going to be too bad here for Teal as long as Teal keeps those walls in position. Varian says, hey, it's my turn. And Varian says, okay, I'm going to YOLO Knights and kill someone's TC. And actually got through here. And is also building a castle here. So, the Battle of the Bullies is what we will title this one. But again, game mode is to kill and destroy people as quickly as possible. And poor Yellow's like, okay, I need to adapt and make some camels to deal with this. But I don't think realizes there's a castle going up here as well. And so the castle for Varian will be right smack on Yellow's face. And Yellow's TC could go down. And now TomTom. TomTom is casting a spell. He says, I cast Summon American Mall. Here, feel free to trade. So he's going to make a neutral trading area. And just TomTom doing TomTom things there. TC for Yellow about to go down. But he's got some camels. He just needs to repair the town center here, Yellow. He's not repairing the TC. Is he out of wood? Oof. I'm not sure what happened, but Yellow's out of the game now as well. Deontay's already on the way to Imp. Crazy eco flying here. Crazy stuff. So Berbers match up very nicely against the Franks. That's going to be a problem for Varian. But economically, Varian is over 100 villagers right now. Duve says, purple, I think we need to pay attention to other players. But, you know, that's where I'm torn here. Because as much as I feel bad for Yellow, who, chat, we need to salute, please. And I feel bad for Red, which, again, salute to Red. I feel bad those two people got stomped. But, like, I don't know if the strategy of letting Gray build up and get strong with the Goths and mass barracks is a great idea for Duve. I don't know if allowing Purple to chill and having an alliance is a good idea. I think you need to strike while the iron's hot. But Duve disagrees with that statement. And Duve is basically telling Purple to go the other way. Which obviously isn't going to be good for Teal. So, you know, Teal's already worried about this whole situation. As Deontay now hits Imp. And Deontay wants to break on through here and just go for the kill here quickly. So, it does seem like Duve's Diplo has worked out for him. Or should I say it's worked out for everybody else? Because I actually think maybe Purple would be a close fight, but at least in TomTom's case, he's been in a good position to do some damage there. We'll see if these units break through. July, thank you so much for the prime. Good, always good to see some new primers. This is nice. I mean, you have a lot of ranged units behind this. Sure, there's some camel archers, but you could still maybe whittle down some of the army here with that many crossbows if you're Teal. But Teal is clearly afraid. And is just bracing himself here. Hoping for the Imperial Age, maybe. Hoping that he could hold against a force that is going to break through that wall here soon. And there's Trebs on the way. And the Cavalier upgrade is in. And yeah, Teal is in big trouble. Will be an Imp in a moment. Gray says, can I help anybody? Blue says, just keep being you. And TomTom says, splendid. I love TomTom. Would you guys enjoy a video? Just like a TomTom compilation? He's been, he's had quite a few quotes. Maybe we should do that at some point. And just have a... I don't know if it'd even be the legend of TomTom. I don't know what I'd do with it, but just tossing it up on extras. He's so funny. Well, TCs need to be repaired, and now there's longbows over here. This is Duve's fault. Duve encouraged Purple to go the other way. And now Teal says, I'm dying to orange already, player 6. And now Purple's probably like, well, if I want to be nice, where do I go? I can't go to Duve. I can't go to Teal. This is just the game mode here. I think you just have to make your move. And guys, I'm really curious. Varian's got 50 knights. He's on his way to Imp. If he goes untouched for too long and gets Paladin, he could be the answer to Deontay. I'm wondering if Deontay is going to be prepped to deal with that. Now, still 2 minutes away from Imp is a problem for Varian here. But it doesn't seem like he's going to be attacked anytime soon. Because everyone that borders him, or did border him in this game, is defeated. Unfortunately, I think Teal will join the other two in defeat. And then finally, there won't be... Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa! Duve just rolls into town, takes out one of the TCs. If he can go for the next one right now, that would be epic. Duve took Do Not Trickle Trap way too seriously, and I'm here for it. Here he goes. He's giving reports to the people. He says, one orange TC down. He actually might be able to get the next one. He's got a lot of camels here. I don't know if he knows where that TC is. That's sick. Yeah, he doesn't know where the TC is. The TC's right there. But, I mean, that is half, you know, the job half done. And it actually keeps Teal in the game. Wow, Teal will survive. Maybe not with all the TCs, but Teal will be able to hold on because of that distraction. Again, they all have this like subtle alliance against orange because of how strong orange is, but they can't actually ally each other. So units will automatically attack between purple and blue here. And that's really how it should be, right? You can try and avoid certain players if you wish. I love this from Dude. He's doing what I've been saying for years. Sometimes you just got to click the trebs for the TC and expect to lose the trebs. It's not going to work out. But if he had a few more trebs, he could have got enough volleys off, right? He still did a lot of damage there. What's Varian up to? Varian's got a massive knight army. But Varian doesn't know where that TC is right now. There he goes. He sees the castle. And now Varian has Cavalier. And Varian is now discovering who lives here. Teal is... Teal is trying to survive, and Varian shows up into his base. I don't actually think Varian wants to kill him. TomTom losing villagers building this castle. He says, that castle is not up to regulation, Varian. I must cast Demolish on it. So that is Gray's way of saying, Varian, that castle's not cool, bro. I'm going to take it out. And Teal did die in the end. Sorry for not showing that, but it was expected. Oh, God. Okay, Varian's going to lose so much cav. Oh, my God. They're trapped. They're stuck. But he's going for the TC as well. Panic time for Orange. It's very clear that he is the player that people are targeting. And Varian feels like if he can get all of his Cavalier on the TC here, that it is going to be more than worth it. He gets through again. There's tons of camels, though, and camel archers. It's hard to group up properly on the TC with the way the villagers are positioned, too. The villas need to repair. The army needs to defend. The TC's halfway down. Varian, though, losing a lot of his army. It's close. There's not many repair vills in here. 120 HP, 100 HP, repairing now, and Varian does not get the kill. Deontay survives, and he's got a massive army now, guys. He's got camel archers, he's got cavalier, he's got camels, and of course he knows that Varian's going to be coming to him. Now, the Goth player is spamming like a madman, and this is what I said before. Look at this spam. Look at this. TomTom is casting Spamology. That's the stupidest thing I ever said. I'm going to leave the casting of spells to Tom. But seriously, Huskarls are no joke. Huskarls aren't especially good against some of the units that are out here, like Paladins, but still it's Goths, it's cheap infantry, and the Goth player has had some time. And Goth infantry also destroys TCs pretty quickly. And they can ignore castle fire, no problem. Here goes some Huskarls. And Varian didn't finish the job on one side. And now TomTom's going to just slide in and sneak in here to go for the TC on the other. Cast games, not spells. Yeah, I'll stick to that, thank you. Interesting, he's actually going for an eco raid. Ooh. The TomTom immediately repents and says, didn't realize. Orange is pushing back Duve. Making good progress as well. You could tell Duve wanted to go for the Treb strat again. Just a prank, Orange, says Duve, and this prank is a costly one. And then what about Purple? Purple's an interesting one. Purple still hasn't made a move against Duve. But Deontay has held on one TC, and I think Varian is angry. I think he is... Oh! He got house walled! That's what he got! Trap! It's a trap! You know, I think that Varian understands the threat from the Goths. And he wants to make sure that he doesn't have Huskarls running into his eco like that again. So he's going to shift focus. But as he shifts focus, he's getting attacked by Orange now, who, of course, remembers that attack on him moments ago. Oh, God, and Duve's gate opened up, and he's losing all the trebs. Disaster for Duve. What can he do about it? Orange, let me kill Perp first, then you will roll me. Okay, so Duve is just like trying to get Orange to settle down. Doesn't really realize that Orange has bigger problems as well. Okay, interesting that Orange says deal to everyone. That might lead some people to ask some questions. What does purple know here? Purple? Oh, purple scouted that TC earlier, but doesn't know that one's destroyed already. Wow. And wow, this TC's actually been walled in. Really smart. That's the way to do it. Now, Huskarls are actually horrible for Orange to deal with. The Duve and TomTom still having this little alliance here. And TomTom letting me know he might chop through. I trust you, but I got castles out the wazoo. So TomTom's like, hey, just be careful there. Duve says he's going to move. Yeah, camels don't do well here against Huskarls. Archer units don't do well against Huskarls. Huskarl is the worst unit out there available to deal with. And now purple's making progress. I think purple knows at this point. Well, purple doesn't actually know, but will now know that there's no TC here. And TomTom at it again. Says, I cast on orange. Summon the boy. Summon the boys on his ass. I was not expecting that. I would cast Repel Maidens, but I see another wizard beat me to it. The boys have been summoned. And some of the boys are here. Varian bringing in the paladins. And the walls from Deontay are saving him. This is sick. He got fortified wall. He had Vils inside there. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but they're even repairing the walls from within. Deontay's played incredible. Incredible. Varian never thought that he would not be able to take that TC out. He thought he would be able to with paladins. Meanwhile, we kind of missed. Duve took out one of purple's TCs, and he's trying precisely what we said before. God, Duve, I love you so freaking much. How many times have I said this? Just click him at the TC. You're going to lose the Trebs anyways, but you'll probably take out the TC. Purple's probably upset because he thought D and Duve had an agreement. And purple was actually making pretty significant progress against Deontay as well. So that actually makes Deontay much stronger. And meanwhile, we got Trebs from TomTom, and TomTom took out a TC from Varian. Wow. Okay, so recap. We have Deontay with 1 TC. It is walled in. We have Varian with 1 TC. It is going to be castled with a bajillion castles from Franks. We have Duve with 2. We have TomTom with 2. And that's it, right? We've got 4 people left. So we've got 4 people left. We've got, quick math here, 6 TCs. That makes sense. And massive armies the whole way around. This is a really good game. I actually think TomTom has a chance here, despite, I think, at least at the start, clearly being the weaker player than some of the others. Because he's gotten to the late game with the Goths and is prepared for spam. Duve is asking what's up, and he says, how is it going, Varian? Do we have a chance? I got 1 TC built, had no scouting on the other. Varian says, tried to snipe Deontay twice, got gray on my ass. So Varian and Duve go way back. They know each other very well. There might be some teamwork involved. And Blue says, if Gray lets up, we can beat Deontay. I actually think you need Gray to beat Deontay. And TomTom's being very nice. He's even signaling idols that Duve has. Wow, so the Franks with throwing Axemen, man, what a great addition. It make it very complicated for the Goths. The Byzantines with Cataphracts would make it very complicated for the Goths. But the Berbers with Camels and Camel Archer makes it difficult for the Franks and makes it difficult for the Byzantines. So it's an interesting matchup. Can TomTom handle this? Will Deontay stabilize? Will Deontay make Varian pay? Yeah, you just don't stop this with the Franks. Not easily, anyways. Like, it's a tricky situation for Varian because he's got 2 people to worry about on both sides, and they're both quite strong here. Progress will be made for Deontay. Here, if Deontay just used his Trebs against the TC, he takes out Varian, no problem. But he wants to go for the slow approach. He doesn't want to throw his army away. This would be Duve's perfect opportunity to move against TomTom but he clearly is mesmerized because he's under some type of spell. It must be the spell that many people on YouTube have been mesmerized by. I don't know what the name of it is. I haven't done my research, but I believe people have been very interested in this individual for many months now. Anytime he makes it into a game. I mean, they still think that Deontay is enemy number 1. They still think that Tom is maybe a weaker player than some of them. Notice how they don't know a lot about what's out there and what's happening. This is where you hope Paladins with Franks and all that HP is enough, but Varian needs to repair here. He needs to repair. He's not repairing. That's his last TC. This will be the end for a green player. This is the end. Varian's out of the game. He calls the GG. And TomTom's loving life. He says, woo, divine intervention, baby. I love the energy. And now it is on Duve, and it is on TomTom to kill that number 1 player, the player that we've known would be a beast from the start. And what a game it has been from him. TomTom says, we beat Orange, then I concede. TomTom feels like he's needed Blue's friendship and safety, maybe. Because Blue could have easily... They could have always made a move against each other here. Tom says, we beat Orange, then I concede. For it is not the wizard's place to finish the adventure. But to guide the hero to its destiny. How can he play such a serious, sweaty game and also say these things? I just don't understand. Oh, wow. That's a lot of bombard towers there. So, Camel Archers might actually not be the worst against Huskarls. I think they do 2 damage a hit. It's 12 damage against 10 Pierce. So, I mean, you're still doing 2 damage a hit, and you are mobile. I mean, if you could get to champion Camel Archer, Gots would really struggle here. Let's look at stockpiles. Seems like resources could be a problem long-term for pretty much everyone. Deontay's got 25 on gold, though. He's done a great job, like we've said many times. Bombard towers stall things out, though. If Deontay didn't have this wall, I'd say just run in with Huskarls, but the walls make that tricky. Ooh, Purple in chat says, Blue made a fatal mistake killing me. I could see why Purple would be a bit frustrated by that. But I think Duve had to choose between the Wizard and the Doppelganger. And I think most people here would have chosen the Wizard every time. Skirm Camel, pretty good here, though. Cheap skirms with the Byzantines, getting some nice kills. This is before the Huskarls show up. So, a lot of the Camel Archers struggling here. Trebs, actually, could be a decent weapon as well here for Duve. But they're just sending their units into the same choke point. Remember that even though right now Gray and Blue are pretty much allies, they would still automatically attack each other with their units. So it is kind of hard to group up properly. Look at this production. Look at these buildings. Look at the consistency in the game plan here from Orange. But hey, this castle's going to go down. Trebs might go down, and Duve's struggling on his own, but he has to remember that there's push on the other side. I think for Duve, honestly, just Halb, Skirm, you could do that forever with Byzantines. Could be really good against what's up here. These towers are still going to buy you a lot of time. Yeah, Varian is very tricky for you because of the timings of the attacks. Like, you attacked Orange at the proper time, but you needed to, you know, Gray came in right after that, and it was just so tricky. From what our perspective as well, right? If you would have been able to continually focus on Orange could have had problems because Orange was distracted by Purple. But that's why, guys, I don't like Diplo in this, because Diplo gives vision on the situation, and these guys they have to figure that out themselves. Duve wants progress here. But he's got castles to deal with first, and you could tell he realized he's been spotted. And he just goes to Treb down the bombard cannon. What an annoying thing to deal with right now if you're Deontay. Castle will fall. And that's something. Huskarls weaving their way through here. Oh, bombard cannons. Oh, he has cast the... There's a word I'm looking for, but my brain isn't cooperating. Spell. Interception spell. Yes, thank you. Thank you, brain. That was a really nice find. Didn't kill all the bombard cannons, though. Bombard cannons are important here for Deontay. Doof saving a lot of his trebs. That is a lot of camel archers, man. The Huskarl's still killing some of them. This is 2v1. Gray says, I have a plan. A devious plan. I can sneak in. Hold the line for me. Ooh, what does Gray know? What does Gray know? Uh-oh. Gray doesn't know that TC's walled. So Gray wants to run through the castles, which is really smart, and attack that, but Gray doesn't know there's walls. Blue says we need a snipe. Doof definitely doesn't feel like he has a lot of confidence here. It feels like he's not going to be able to make progress here. So, but yeah, I mean, that's nice too. Like, the Treb's going down. It delays Deontay from pushing back. Now, what Deontay's done an amazing job of is taking all the gold from people he killed and looking around for more resources. You can even see him coming over here to this gold. That's so resourceful. It does look like Doof did the same, but Doof's got to check for some idols here. And TomTom giving updates here. Says, I will just mass them, and I just killed this cow. We got this. Yes, killing the cow. Such a big deal here in post-imp when people are relying on farms. There were quite a few people who fished Varian. It's been a bit. Yellow did, I think. Yeah, Yellow did. Yeah, if they could just... If Gray just knew that TC was walled in, he would know that this plan wouldn't necessarily work all that well. I think if gold is limited, you have to shift into a position where you're pretty much just making trash units and spending your gold income on siege. I would say Skirm Halb would be a nice move here for Doof. What a game, guys. Okay, if you had to pick a winner right now, who do you think wins this, live viewers? It's really complicated because of the lack of gold for some of these players right now. Look at the resources as you get your prediction. Yes. Like, there's no gold income for Doof. Very little gold income for TomTom. He's going to try and sneak in. Doof just lost all of his trebs. The Huskarls are going through. TomTom's like, we got this. I know the TC's back there. We could finally make this happen. Here we go, here we go, here we go. This is my moment. I'm going to be the legend of TomTom on YouTube. My mom's going to be proud of me. And wait a second. What is that? Oh, it's walled. Yeah. And rewalled, actually. And even another freaking castle. I think Orange could do this. It would take something really special here with that many castles. But they could grind them down with two people, right? They could work together. They could trade. There should be gold around, but you have to think to look for it. There is plenty of gold around here for Gray, anyways. Doof. Well, there's gold here. And there is also a relic that could come in there. And TomTom says, spam Halbs. I will not let you die. Yeah, Halb Skirm is pretty much the best thing you can do. Gold Leader, thanks for the 2 months. Thank you, Coctopus, for the 15. Thank you, Marisam, for the 23. Says, after starting life as a working adult around 3 years ago, stopped playing AoE2, but watching your streams occasionally helps keep the dopamine high. Around 5 years now of a fan of you, hopefully for 5 more. Hey, thank you. That's awesome. Tom says, new plan, gold here, deleted castle. Is letting Doof know about that gold, which is interesting. Yeah, 400 possible pop against 200 pop, and Orange is holding. There are some times where people don't want to see someone bully people around the map. But I think it's in situations like this, when you look at the units that Deontay's up against, You just got to applaud the guy for how well he's played this. This is a true challenge. And he just had... The problem is he has to push out across the map and he has to destroy 4 town centers. It is 1 town center against 4 in sudden death. Thank you, July, as well, for the Prime. Appreciate the love, support. Good to be back streaming a bit, guys. Gray says, 3 Trebs incoming, gonna transport. Use Dramans in the back, hold it. What? Dramans? So he's gonna dock? Doov says, I'm just waiting for us to die, to be honest. Tom, can you please cast a belief spell in Doov or something? Work your little magic. All I keep hearing from Doov, I don't think we could do this. I don't know what I got. No! Give him some freaking belief here. He's teamed with the unlicensed wizard, sure. But hey, his new license is pending, all right? Might come in at some point. Doov says, how's it going? And Deontay says, could be better. All right, well. It's always good to know. Tom wants to trade. Now, if you want to trade, you can't trade within your base because of the castles. You'd have to trade, like, over here. Here comes the move from, the move from Doov is more fun to say, but no, the move from Deontay. Now, every villager that's killed is so helpful here because it's hard for Deontay to replenish villagers. Also, are you kidding me? He's trading to Red's market. Deontay has no allies. He's trading to a player he killed's market. That is a next level play. I love that. Very resourceful stuff there. And that's a good trade route as well. Gray is struggling. And let's see, how much gold per trip? 78 gold per trip. He's still making more trade. Oh, they're in trouble, guys. They're in big trouble. They need something truly special to beat this guy. Oh, wait a second. He's even trading from here as well. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Tom says, he's trading in the corner. Orange is trading. He gets so excited. I like how he has to specify it's orange, like there's anyone else that could be talking about. He's like, guys, Orange is trading. He's trading. And it's a great find, though. But, like, honestly, if Gray could just build some barracks here, start spamming. Yeah! Start spamming some stuff into this eco could be a real problem. Orange sees it, though. Orange sees those barracks. Camel Archers are such a freaking insane unit, man. Against Huskarls? Are you kidding me? They also regen. I love it. I love the Camel Archer. I think Berbers have enough weaknesses in other ways. It's hard to get to this unit where it makes sense. Now, that trade already is paid off for Deontay, I'm sure. And he's updating Doov on the situation. Now, last we heard from Doov was feeling pretty down on life. But Doov has built up some Drams. He's built up some Halbs. That is extremely difficult for the enemy to stop. Doov says, I will try one last attempt. I don't see us winning. And then Tom, 2 orange, says, I cast Pointy Boys in your base. So Tom letting the opponent know that he's sending Halbs into his base and is going to drop a castle here too. And Deontay says, I have a doctor's appointment in 15 minutes. And Tom said, oh my God. Tom is celebrating like they've won the game. Tom says, we did it. Divine intervention again. His spells have paid off. The doctor is somehow involved in this whole process. Oh my God. Just instant. Didn't even hesitate. Just pure instinct from Tom here. And he's pumped. And they are killing a lot. They are killing a lot of eco here from Deontay. And the problem is, he's probably still adding some trade. And all that stuff's not going to find payoff if the castle goes up. And it's really hard for him to get more vills, like we had mentioned before. So, you know, there's one treb right now for Deontay to be able to kill Duve. And we got the choo-choo from Duve. I completely missed this. Duve is going in. And Duve is going to kill Deontay. And he will be able to make that appointment. That's good. I think appointment or no appointment, Duve would have got the job done here. It was great teamwork from both of them. And Tom assumes it's a dentist appointment. But Deontay, we even had dramas on this side. Deontay played an amazing game here. Salutes in chat for Deontay. He's out of the game. And TomTom, he just can't help himself. Look at this. He's just loving life. Orange, I'll cast Summon Wisdom Tooth. Well, this is my day. I cast on myself Total Obliteration. And now he's deleting his entire base, which is going to take a while. TomTom, I will mention, you can select everything and shift delete it, but it might not be the effect you're going for. He did promise to Duve that he would give Duve the victory. And Duve is like, dude, don't give up. You could beat me, which has been Duve's whole theme. And actually, yeah, I mean, well, the Cataphracts is going to make it rather problematic. But I think TomTom, he wants that special finish. I got tears streaming down my face because of this freaking guy. Just immediately upon finding out that Orange had an appointment, he just screams, "We did it!" Oh, we did it. Okay, well, TomTom's whole base is slowly melting. And this is TomTom's story. Oh my god. Now, Duve can't see any of this. Like, Duve has no clue what that even meant. He just knows TomTom is a wild character. So he's massing his army to kill someone who is pretty much deleted all fortifications available. And, yeah, he might find that there's no town centers here in a moment. Tom says almost there. Is he still deleting stuff? He says, sorry for making the Taken so long. Wow, he must be deleting things that I've missed here. And Duve says, nah, man, no apologies. Yeah, Duve doesn't even know. Duve doesn't understand why he's apologizing right now. Duve has a lot of respect for this guy. They had to work together, though, to kill Deontay. They had to work together. Or at least have, like, a peaceful border. And, yeah, now he sees the writing is on the wall. Villagers are being deleted. TC will go down as well. And there's just one final TC remaining here for good old TomTom. Devious, unlicensed wizard. Just so freaking funny. He might not win the game, but he clearly didn't want to win the game. Like, it's all about how the game is played, or how the spells are cast, I suppose. Because he had 13,000 wood and 12,000 food and didn't even fight back. He says, this is more or less good enough. Farewell, Sam. Duve says, I didn't realize how bad it got over here. Duve will find out later. And GG's called. Duve is like, what in the world? I didn't realize you got attacked like that, because there's literally nothing left. And, wow, what a funny game, dude. What a funny game. Listen, I have to say, so I've been thinking about what to do with this, with TomTom, because, you know, he's gotten rigged in a bit over the last few months, and every game is freaking hilarious. There's been so many funny moments. But, like, with legend videos, typically you want someone to, like, win or, like, have an everlasting story throughout the game. And with TomTom, there's always have these moments. And then other players would play very well in that same game. And I was like, it can't really be legend. And then, you know, I thought about it. And then he got in this game. And I honestly thought, I was like, oh, no. Like, this is the worst type of setting for TomTom. Because he can't cast spells and be silly, be ridiculous in sudden death. Like, he's just going to get stomped. I kind of thought like a situation with red and yellow, no offense to those two, could possibly happen because he isn't as skilled as maybe 3 or 4 of the other players in here. But he played amazing. He played incredible. He gave Varian problems. He gave, obviously, Deontay some big problems. And it was incredibly entertaining. And I think people show up to see entertainment, and certainly was there. Obviously, Duve, big assist on that. Duve wins the game, of freaking course, right? But, like, I think Duve and TomTom's little safe border here was one of the biggest reasons that Deontay ended up struggling, I think, because if there was a threat between these two, if there was any question if these two could attack each other, they would fight it out. And they would fight it out, and if they did that, then Deontay wouldn't have 2 players working together against him at all times. Instead, he'd be working away at Duve as Duve is defending from TomTom and whatnot. So, wow, I had so much fun with that. That was a great game. I hope people enjoyed that one. Sudden death is a little brutal. My typical community games, I do like it where, you know, the first couple players that go down have a little bit more to their story. They can use their king in some way to make somebody pay. That's not necessarily the case here. But I guess it was accurate. It was a very sudden death for some of the first couple people that went down. So game mode went as advertised, I suppose. Here's the KD. I mean, again, Deontay played so well. He's actually in my chat right now. He says, nah, man, Gots is such a counter to Berbers. It's so hard to push them because the flood never ends. Don't you have to go to a doctor's appointment? Are you in the car? Don't Twitch chat and drive, my friend. Tell your doctor I said what's up, by the way. We got 3-1 KD. Economy was unbelievable. I loved how he spread all throughout the map getting gold. He went to players' bases that, you know, where he had killed them, but he also went to the very corners in both the north and the east getting gold, which is something I couldn't really focus on. It wasn't just the units. It wasn't just the camel arches. It was the gold. And was the trade, too. What was the trade profit? Trade profit, yeah, 1,500. I think if TomTom doesn't notice this here, if TomTom doesn't sneak the Vills here, Deontay probably, I mean, it would take a longer fight, but I think Deontay would not have been broken. It was actually the sneaky barracks in this area that really ended up finishing Deontay off, as he would have needed the trade. So yeah, great game. Hope people enjoyed this one. I had a lot of fun. We'll see about doing more sudden death in the future, but a fun game with lots of different things to talk about, and of course, divine intervention. Can't complain about that.